You too. How you doing, man? All right. So I want us to address an issue right now. An issue that I feel and I've been noticing has been going around like these days. Guys have been finding it difficult to like understand and difficult to like figure out, right? And that topic is how not to run out of things to say, how to communicate effectively and not run out of things to say, especially when you're talking to a woman. Especially when you're talking to a woman, how not to run out of things to say, because I've been seeing guys like overthink and like they over stress it, like okay, I see you see this woman, you that's attractive, right? You're attracted to her and you want to approach her. Now you keep thinking in your head, what do I say? How do I go about it? What do I do? Should I go? Should I not go? First of all, let me get this out of the way. You you overthinking of what to say is wrong. That's the number one thing you're doing wrong. Take an example from me, right? Somebody like me, if I see a woman I like, if no matter where I am, if I see a woman I like, I walk up to her. I don't think twice before going. I just, as long as I'm attracted to her, I move up to her and I say anything I want to say. No matter the outcome, I'm still who I am, right? It doesn't her decision doesn't change who I am or alter who I am. So that's number one. I want to clear out of the way. The number two is how to say it, because guys be thinking, okay, I have this pickup line. First of all, let me tell you, please, if you have pickup, if you rely on pickup lines, I don't. It works for some people, right? It works for some people, but person like me, I hate pickup. Like I won't say I hate it, right? But I don't use pickup lines. I don't use pickup lines. Like I say, pickup lines as they are too cringe. Like I don't. Apart from being cringe, I don't even like pickup lines. They are not my thing. I don't use pickup lines in any of my game. In any time I talk to people, I don't use pickup lines. I just say what I want to say and get out of there. Well, listen, like pickup lines, come, like I don't even know what to say, but pickup lines are, well, if you use it and it works for you, good. If you don't use it, good. It all works for, like, you do what works for you, right? You do what works for you. So the number two is how to say it. Now, how you say something matters, right? How you say something matters, and that's where you need to understand that a guy could walk up to a woman right now and tell her, "You look beautiful." Okay, not let not use "you look beautiful" because it's like an example almost everyone has been using. Okay, let's use something like "You smell nice." Yeah, you smell nice. You smell nice. Yeah, you smell nice. Now a guy could tell her she smells nice, and she will take it as a casual compliment. And a guy like me, I'm telling you, there is a way I would tell her she smells nice, and just off of that compliment alone. Mind you, I don't give compliments, but like I give the only time I give compliments are when it's important. I don't just give you a compliment. It's when it's important or when it's vital. Like anytime, every single time I give a compliment, it is needed. It is not just out of the blue, just giving you compliment or just like that. I only give compliments when they are needed. So, mind you, a guy like me, if I tell her she smells good, when I tell her she smells good, off of that compliment alone can lead into another direction. Off of that compliment alone can move me from phase one down to phase nine. I'm telling you, like I could skip phase two, three, four, five, all those extra things. I could skip them and move to the other level. Like what you say, how you say certain things matter. How you say certain things, what you say and how you say certain things matter, right? So the third thing I want you to understand is you have to go deep and not wide. Go deep, not wide. Whenever you're communicating with a woman, you have to listen. Most of your ear is half your game. Your ear is half your game. Like you using your ear more effectively is putting you on a certain type of level. You using your ear more effectively is putting you on a certain type of level. Like you pay attention to certain things. Like see, you could You could bring out another conversation, like build conversation on what she has said back, like what she previously said. You could build another conversation on that. You could like you're arranging is just like a step, right? You're moving. It's not scattered. Like the conversation is not scattered right now. Is you're building the conversation off of what each of you are saying. One of you said, maybe she said, oh, she likes to do this. Then at at a certain point when you guys have conversed, then you now bring it back to that same point, which will lead to another conversation, which will lead to another direction, which will lead to another state of like another entire direction. And this thing would work for you. Like you are now in charge of your conversation, right? You're now the person in charge because not naturally you're meant to be in charge. So you're now in charge of the conversation. Now that being said, right, being what going deep and know why it does for you is it helps you from not digressing from what you are already like building. It helps you like to move in this certain pace and move in this certain direction to build your conversation into the place where you want it to be. You build your conversation into the way you want it to be. You don't go out of the way to say something else that does not matter in the conversation. That's where guys mistake all these things. Like so many guys out here right now, like they just want to like you don't pay attention. You don't pay attention. Like she that's why I keep saying all these things. Like you don't pay attention. Just listen to her when she speaks. A woman will tell you things that she's not even supposed to say. That she might even say something she didn't know she said. But just off paying attention alone, you would know. Like you would already know how she would turn out to be in the future, just off of what she said, of how she would be, if the kind of woman she is, off of just how she speaks and what she says. But you fail to realize all these little things, all these little details that she's giving to you, all these little details that she's giving to you, right? You fail to realize and understand them. That's why you see guys out here nowadays be complaining, oh she did this, she did brother, like she I don't see her fault. Like you're the one that made the mistake. You're the one who made the mistake, right? Because every single thing, like the way you move your conversation, the way your conversation lead into the way you want depends on you. Like you are the one, like you are now the one in charge. I'm trying to look for a certain word I would use, but you are now it's like you're now the prize. Thank you. It's like you're now the prize. So you don't look wait for what she said to bring another conversation. Now when I say go deep on what or you're building your conversation, right? When I say you're building your conversation off of what she has said, doesn't mean you're waiting for her to say something before you say another thing. That's not what I'm trying to say. It doesn't mean you're waiting for her to say, oh, this before you bring another conversation. No. You can spark a conversation out of anything. I could be in a room with somebody, right? In a room where there is nothing at all, and I could still bring out a conversation that would make that person interested and be like, even when you're out of their presence, that conversation alone, off of that thing that you guys said, they would never forget you. Not just with women, right? Even with men, even with anybody, just off of a conversation you have with somebody, the person will still remember you because of that conversation. The person will still be like, oh my God, it makes me like, and you fail to realize, right, that is not what you say, it's how you say it. But because sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Now, that's why I said you could tell a woman that she smells nice and she takes it as a normal compliment because guys these days are now throwing compliments like it's like they're throwing compliments anyhow. It now sound like whenever you give somebody a compliment, it now sound casual, right? It now sound casual because this is something they hear almost every time of their day. Like they hear these compliments all day. So just imagine you giving that same compliment sounds casual, but when you say it in a certain type of way, that's when you stand out. That's what makes you stand out. You saying it in a certain type of way, that's what makes you stand out. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because guys misunderstand women, right? Any woman that like that's why I said in the other video, I said women under the age of 25, like there's a high tendency, right? there's a very high tendency that women under the age of 25 don't know what they're looking for. Like they don't know what they're looking for in a man till they reach the age of 25. I'm telling you, they don't understand what they are looking for in a man till they get to 25. Most, like, let's say 70% or 60% of women before the age of 25 don't know what they are looking for in a man till they get to that age. So that's when you start seeing women at the age of 25. Now they want to settle down. Now they are looking for men who they could look up to as their husband, or as a protector, or as somebody that they could confide in, right? But women below that age, that age range, 25 downwards, they just want to have fun. Of course, they just want to have fun. So you don't understand that. Like you don't give her this type of, you don't give her butterflies. You don't make her feel like, listen, women would move to a guy that makes them feel the way they want to feel, that makes them feel good. They want to have fun. They want to enjoy life. They want to feel like they are. So once they start being with a certain type of person that is boring, they move up to this kind of. That's why you see some women like fun. Most women like funny guys. That's why you see women like funny guys. You might see a guy that is a four, still getting still getting a woman that is 10, that is a 10, or that's a 9. You might see a guy that's a 4 getting a woman that's a 10. Why? Because he understands this principle. He understands what women are looking for, because he knows how to put and channel his conversation into the way he wants it. He knows how to finesse this conversation into the way he wants it. He knows how to finesse in the conversation. He knows how to digress when necessary. He knows how to bring up certain topics when necessary. He knows how to do all these little things when necessary. But you don't understand. That's why I keep saying, go out there and speak to more women in a day as possible. Listen, me telling you to speak to more women in a day is not. I'm not I'm not telling you to, like, just speak to anybody. Listen, you could speak to anybody though. Yeah, you could speak to anybody. Like, normal conversations also could help you become effective in your communication. But what I'm saying is, the more people you talk to, the more experience you get, the more you start understanding the way people think. The more women you talk to, the more you start understanding the way women think. That's why I keep saying, guys that are always thinking of women in a certain type of way is because of this the certain type of women they mingle with. You think of women as people that are with you just because of your money. Why? Because you're always with women that are always with you because of your money. You think of women as people. You think of women, like, some guys see women as an object. It's because of the type of women that they are around. Listen, if you're with a high value, as a high value man, look at any high value man you know. Everybody around him tends to be at a certain pace, almost the same pace as him, or on the same pace, or even more than him. High, like, real recognize real, real recognize real. That's the way I can put. That's the simplest way I can put it. But when you're in a kind of pace that you only move with a certain type of way, that you always think of women as they are always with you because of your money. Listen, brother, if you always think of women that they are always with you because of the money, it's because of the type of mentality you have. It's because of the type of women that you are always around, that are always around you. You think of women because, like, if you start to mingle with women, with too many women, you will understand that this, like, they are human beings like you too, and there is varieties of these people, right? There is varieties in this gender, so you will understand that, okay, these women are this, women are that, women are that. You would understand these different things in them. You would understand how they move and how they think and how everything about them. That's why I keep telling you that real recognizes real.